Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start talking about week 3 um, for the nutrition challenge. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can go off the PowerPoint with me. Give me 1 second here. Share screen. Okay, fantastic. So awesome. There are a lot of dogs barking outside. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but we're going to go ahead and play this slideshow from where we are. Current slide. Okay, fantastic. So week 3, here we go. Here's Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you feeling?
I'm getting there. I'm low energy, but I'm here.
Oh my goodness, that's so rough. You had food poisoning, you said?
Well, so I thought it was food poisoning. Here, I don't know. Can you see me? I'm sharing my screen.
Mm, you're tiny.
I'm tiny. Okay. We thought it was food poisoning, but now I'm just wondering if it's some strand of some sort of flu or stomach bug.
Oh yeah.
Because it's definitely like just so low energy. I've just been like sleeping all day.
Oh. So
So
were you just, it looks like no one else joined. Were you just going to record this?
yeah,
And yeah.
I was just started recording. So I can at least talk to you, which is great than talking to just myself.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, so everyone else had basketball game, dinner plans, which I'm not, it's Monday evenings are generally the clearer evening on weeknight schedules for
Mhm.
stuff. So it is what it is, and we'll move forward with it. How have you been?
I'm good. I pee all the time because I drink so much
Oh
water
my
now.
God. Good for
It's so
you.
fun.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's so funny. I forget how many times a day you actually because it's just like ingrained and you know what I mean? I've just been doing it for so long, but
Oh yeah, well, I thought I drank a lot of water before
yeah.
this, but I did not drink anywhere close to 100 ounces of water. So that's been
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. How do
Yeah,
you
and I tried
feel?
the 4 meals a day,
Okay,
and
right.
it was just like I was always cooking, eating, cleaning up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, I could have planned better, but it also like I felt right. I didn't plan it very well, and I felt
Okay.
like I had just eaten Thanksgiving dinner by the end of the day.
By
So I
the
was
end
so
of the
stuffed
day.
with food. I was like, oh,
Did
I'm
you
just eating
really?
less per meal. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
So,
Mhm. Totally. That's okay. It's there for people to try if it works for them. Um Also, now I can't remember, were you someone who gets an energy dip mid-afternoon?
I do sometimes,
Yeah.
but actually if I eat more if I eat 3 meals a day and
Mhm.
do like carbs more in the beginning of the day, I've experimented with that a little bit.
Yeah.
I have less of I'm not hungry and less apt to have an energy dip in the afternoon.
Oh,
So,
that's good. That's
or
awesome.
even if I could have a snack of just like a deli meat and a carrot stick, I think that would probably tide me over. That would be a better choice than
Totally.
like cheese and pepperoni and crackers or something.
Oh,
So that
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
So much cleaner protein, and then yeah, you're not getting all the fats and the added carbs that you don't necessarily need.
Mm,
Um,
right.
yeah, so it's fantastic. I mean, that was really the goal, right? Was just to experiment and see what works better for your body. Is it 3 or 4 meals? And especially with the 4 meals, it's definitely, I think, out of our comfort zone to not necessarily put a carb with a meal. So not having carbs with basically, 2 to 3 meals, if there's someone who's doing that 4 meals a day, can kind of almost feel like you're missing something if you're not used to it. Um, so yeah, and especially if the volume you're eating is a lot, it can feel like a ton of food. Or if you're, cooking every single meal, it's a lot. It's a lot
Yeah.
of prep. Yeah, totally. Um, okay, so we're gonna just move through this slideshow. If you have any questions, let me know. But I'm also gonna kind of talk to as if, you know, Betsy and China are not here, just to make sure everyone gets, when
Mhm.
they're watching this, all the information. Um, so we've touched on snacks before, and you three have been fantastic. You really don't snack that much. So it's not something that I really need to touch on too much here, but um the whole concept of snacking is really like an American, you know, made up tradition of those, you know, like we were saying, like the pepperoni and cheese, or grab a bag of nuts, or grab a bag of chips, or all the processed foods. Um, so trying to take those out of something that we reach for whenever we're hungry. And then minimal to no alcohol. So this is just something that really supports the weight loss process, since alcohol really does slow down your metabolism and dehydrates the body. Um, Now I can't remember, Charlotte, are you someone who likes to enjoy a glass of wine? What is
Oh
your
yeah.
lifestyle like?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. So, I tell a lot of my clients, are you an every night wine drinker, or like a few times a week?
A few times a week, like I'll have
Yeah,
a glass of wine, like with dinner, like maybe
right.
2 or 3 nights a week, maybe,
Yeah,
or more likely if we go out to eat, I'll have a glass of wine before
totally.
dinner.
Totally. Yeah. So I think anyone, especially who's doing it 2 to 3 nights a week, it's not a worry. One glass of wine in a number of studies can actually be really beneficial to your health. But it's not something where you'll be over consuming in calories just with that one glass of wine 2 to 3 times a week. If it was someone who was drinking maybe every single night, 2 to 3 glasses of wine, then there'd be something where we'd want to cut back on, because that just brings a ton of sugars into your body and really slows down the metabolism. And then the process where we're trying to drink 100 ounces of water a day to, you know, pee out all the toxins and the chemicals in our body. Now we're counteracting that if we're, you know, having a glass of wine, or a you know, a beverage every single night. Um, so basically, a few other bullet points here. You know, losing weight involves being in a caloric deficit, which I think every single person in this challenge so far has done a really fantastic job with, and not necessarily starving themselves, which is what we don't want to do, something we're really trying to stay away from. And it seems like, Charlotte, you've done a really great job with that, incorporating fruits, veggies, proteins, and carbohydrates. And we actually I had added some protein, I think, to your lunch or dinner like a week ago.
Mhm.
Um, and you're still seeing, you know, really great results. Now, how are I know you were worried a little bit about your cholesterol. How's that been going?
Well, I won't have a cholesterol recheck for um another few months, maybe I think 3 months.
Okay,
Um, but the goal is to see if exercise and diet are gonna
great.
help.
Yeah, totally. Now, just out of curiosity, are there certain foods, just because I haven't talked to you about this yet, that you're kind of staying away from? Like, are you staying away from eggs? Like, are you staying away from red meats or anything? I just wasn't, some people do, so I wasn't sure if that was something you were looking at.
Um, no, I haven't really specifically addressed the cholesterol part of my
Okay,
diet yet. But I've stopped eating like cheese for a snack or
okay,
cheese like from a charcuterie board at happy hour,
okay,
and not eating like processed meats.
okay.
Um, so I have eliminated a few things, but
Perfect. Fantastic.
I don't really want to go vegan because
Yeah,
I haven't been successful with that in the past.
right.
Again, maybe I could do better at it, but
Mhm.
so I
Okay,
guess I'll make these small changes and then see like what my blood draw is in a couple months.
perfect. No, I think it's a great place to start. And I don't think no one, obviously, like there are great studies on being vegan can really lower cholesterol and all of those things, but that's really extreme going from someone who eats meat to not eating anything. So I think there's definitely like a good balance that you could find to if it becomes a worry. So just let me know. There's also, I think, certain foods that are known to elevate cholesterol, which I'm also happy to kind of chat with you back and forth with via text, if that's of interest.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, please do
Okay.
that.
Okay, fantastic. We'll make sure we do that. Um, all right, so cool. I'm going to switch to the next slide. These are just kind of funny little gifs and photos about snacking, which honestly, this challenge really no one's had a huge issue with, which is fantastic. And everyone's done phenomenally with eating the whole foods part of it. So I'm not really even going to dive into the snacking anyways. We talked about it last week. I'm going to move right along to oh, we just skipped a slide. So basically, this meal planning for workout first, you could move. If you see my clicker, upon waking, if depending on when you work out, this 1 scoop of protein plus workout carbs, you could put this anywhere in your day, wherever you work out. So this can be moved around. Like I was telling, I think it was China, it doesn't matter when necessarily you eat the calories during the day, as long as you're eating them all and you're eating enough within your 24-hour window every day. So this is a look into basically phase 3 and kind of 4. So what we're doing is I'm starting to take out a we should say portion size of fat for one of your 3 meals a day, just to lower calories a little bit here. And then notice I'm still keeping in a nice big serving of carbohydrates for your, say, your breakfast plus protein and vegetables. So you're still going to be getting in some healthy fats within whatever protein you're eating. Say you're eating eggs, you're going to be getting in fats from the egg yolks, vegetables, carbs, especially if they're cooked with, olive oil or butter. There's fats in that too. Just no immediate like peanut butter or avocado or something like that. And then I'm moving into meals 2 and 3. So generally lunch and a dinner. And we're keeping in the fats. So you're keeping in fats for 2 meals a day. And notice I am taking out some of those higher carbohydrates. So in terms of when we get to dinner. So I'm really trying to front load your day with the carbohydrates so that you burn them and you use them throughout the day. And then you're really filling up by the end of the night with proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats. So really nothing processed there. And it will help kind of, since basically you need 3 hours to digest food, it's really supposed to help us be able to digest and then go to bed and have our energy, because sleeping is really for recovery and when our muscles recover. And so if we eat too close to going to bed, the energy, or when you're sleeping, a lot of your energy will be put towards digesting the meal rather than your body recovering. So that's why it's not actually so great to eat right before you go to bed, because your body takes a lot of energy and a lot of time to digest food. So eating 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed and now taking out some of those carbohydrates is really gonna help elevate, hopefully, better sleep patterns and more recovery during sleep. And then, of course, you wouldn't be using those carbohydrates right before bed anyways. Does this make sense to you, Charlotte, looking at this?
Mhm.
Okay.
So this is 3 meals
Mhm.
and plus a shake of protein and
Yeah,
carbs
yeah, great clarifying question. On a day you work out.
on a workout day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on a workout day, otherwise it's just these 3 meals.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then is a potato or like a sweet potato or a root vegetable a high glycemic carb?
Um, that would be, so a root vegetable would not be a potato. I believe it is. So, like, I'm thinking of, that was super unclear. So I just realized by your face. You're like, wait a minute. Um, so let's see. I'm thinking like beets would not be. I'm thinking, what is the other word? I'm thinking of like that bag of root vegetable chips. Do you know what I'm talking about? The black bag with all the root vegetable chips.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yep.
like Yukon or what is that?
Mm,
Vegetables. So a
yeah.
white potato, what was that?
Unfortunately for the brand, I can't remember what it is, but I know
Yeah,
what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. White potato and sweet potato, those are going to be higher glycemic carbs. Um, I just need to look at a list and I could tell you which are not. But in terms of like beets, if you're looking at squashes, none of that is going to be high glycemic index. If you're looking at, asparagus, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, beans, zucchini, uh, winter squash, yellow squash, all of those are fine. Acorn squash, all of those are fantastic to eat. Quinoa. Quinoa is actually it's a seed, not a grain, which is really interesting. Quinoa is fine. It's actually higher in protein too, so that's a fantastic one. If I think of any others, I will let you know. So all of those would be fine to eat with your dinner. Really easily digested. Things like rice, pasta, we're thinking sweet potato, white potato, all of those things, oatmeal, bread, I would have with breakfast or lunch. Or say you work out in the afternoon, you could pair one of those with your workout shake because you will actually need it for your body's recovery.
Okay. Could you post this one page
Yes, for sure.
on the Facebook page? This one pager is helpful.
Yeah, totally. Of course. Fantastic. So we'll post that and then just real quick information on stress. So this diagram is a little extreme in some places, but I really like it just because of the visual. So, oops, we're going to go back. Okay. What we're looking at here in terms of stress, stress basically slows down your digestive system and then affects your hormone levels. So cortisol is your stress hormone. And so once that is elevated, it can increase it can increase your glucose production in the liver, causing a number of different issues. But one of the things that happens when people are stressed is they also lose sleep. So disrupted sleep, loss of sleep, feeling tired. Now that's going to affect your hunger hormones. So it's this like domino effect, right? So when you're stressed out and you're tired, now your hunger hormones keep sending signals to your brain that you're hungry. And the hormone that kind of sends the signal to your brain that you're full stops being triggered. So you could basically that's why when you're really tired and exhausted, you just want to snack all the time and you almost feel hungry and people are like, you're just bored. And it's this kind of like never ending domino effect with stress being the main culprit. So stress is just something to try and keep in check. And one of those, the biggest like counteracts to stress is working out and making sure that you're getting the release of like the serotonin and the happy hormone to keep yourself and your body on track to really release those stressors, and working out is one of the ways to do it. Some people love yoga for it. Some people love breathing exercises for it. Whatever it takes, stress can actually be the main cause as to why people are not losing weight. And it's one of those things, I think, with sleep, stress, and hydration that people can really look past when they're trying to lose weight. And is one of the biggest culprits. Any questions on this slide?
No, you did a good job.
Thanks, Charlotte. my
Nurse
my
Charlotte says
cheerleader over here. That's true. You would know a few things about
Yeah,
this.
that's all very true. Yep.
All right. So, we kind of just talked about stress. I don't really need to go over it unless Charlotte, seriously, do you have anything to add about stress and hormones.
No, you did a good job explaining about cortisol and the cycle of inflammation. Um, and we all have stress. It's impossible to avoid.
Yeah.
We all have stress in our life. So it's good to hear you say, like, here's the antidote to stress is like working out so that then you get the endorphins and the
Mhm.
positive hormones, or whether it's
Right.
working out or yoga or looks like you're gonna handle that. So
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It's super interesting. I was just talking about this because we were watching, have you seen the documentary on Netflix about how to live longer, the Blue Zones?
mm. Oh
Oh
no.
my God. Oh my gosh, it's such a fascinating documentary. Um, and so one of the like largest, I would say, contributing factors, especially in they visit a few European towns, and
Mhm.
there's a few towns in the U.S. where there's a few blue zones where they studied why people are living to such, you know, a long lifespan, and are so capable at such an older age, and it's just wild with the difference in cultures, how much less stress there is in, say,
Mhm.
European cultures or other cultures that don't have this like work, work, work all the time, but really take time to enjoy family and friends and community and eating and all of those things. And I think in our culture, it's really hard to get a handle on because the American way is work all the time or you're not working enough.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
It's so
And
sad.
I think that in some other cultures, generations of families live together, and in our culture,
Yeah.
we encourage, people in their 20s or 30s, like you have to go out and like achieve and like build your own like place to live, not
Yeah.
actually build it, but like create your own life. And in
Yeah.
many other cultures, generations like live together, and that might be a better way to handle stress
Oh,
if
totally.
you could have more support at home if you had intergenerational living.
Yeah. You should watch this documentary because that's exactly what they talk about and they refer
Oh,
to.
really?
And that's exactly what they show, is the community and the generations of family who take care of each other. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yeah. Spot
Great.
on.
I'll watch it.
You should watch it. Okay, so basically, in terms of, yay, we're back. Okay, in terms of the PowerPoint, that was all for this week. But I just wanted to make sure we're on the same track in terms of meals and what to eat for 3 meals a day. I'm going to upload that little visual um,
Mhm.
to the Facebook group. And then really from here on out, um, nutrition with each of you gets very personalized because what I'm looking to do is we don't want to you'll notice the nutrition book goes to phase 5 and 6, and it's just protein, veggies, and fats and no carbs. I don't actually go there with you guys. That's a very extreme, like someone who's trying to lose weight within like for some sort of challenge or a wedding or like, and that's not maintainable. That's only maintainable for like 1 to 2 weeks at a time. And then you have to come right back. So what we're looking to is I'm looking to help get you guys to your goals. So from here on out, it becomes very personalized, and we're not looking to cut food in an unhealthy way. We're looking to find what works for you and either get you to your goal weight or combat high cholesterol or whatever that is. Um, you're still going to be eating by the end of this at a little bit of a deficit. So then giving you the tools to build back up while maintaining the weight you have in this challenge and not gaining weight
Mhm.
will be the end goal so that you're aware of and you have an idea of, okay, these are my what are called maintenance calories, how much I need to eat to maintain this weight and not keep gaining. And then if I wanted to say lose another 3 to 4 pounds at some point maybe down the road, well, now you know how to healthily go about taking out either fats or carbohydrates, or maybe it's increasing protein again, and figure out the healthy and sustainable way to do it while we're not kind of jacking up and messing up our metabolism, which will happen as how it responds to if you go on crazy deficit diets, which we don't want to do. So fantastic. I'm gonna post that slide and then we're gonna chat via text, especially if you have any questions, but you're focusing on 3 meals a day and go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for joining me, Charlotte.
Awesome. Well, thanks,
Glad I had a
Emily.
friend. You're so welcome.
And I hope you feel better.
Thank you. It's good to see
All
you.
right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.